Welcome to Santos Foolish Ways. Today I'll be talking about my first catering. My first catering. Man, I learned so much that night. First off, be on time. I got caught up in some shit, but that's just an excuse, I guess. But things does happen, so there's things that you cannot control. I was running late. I had to start cooking the food. Okay, prior to this person that hired me wanted a simple carne asada, this and this and that. First, didn't know. She didn't know what she wants. And then I made samples for this person, and never got back to me. So like, okay, this person like it, don't like it. Through the whole week, I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. She's paying me money, but down payments here, another down payment there. But I need to know what the freak this person wanted for her freaking her party, right? So we try to contact her, and it's like, oh, whatever. So I end up just going to this local meat market down the street, right? Some pretty good meat. Last time I checked, prior to when I got this meat. So I got the meat. I seen the time. It was probably like 3 hours. 3 hours till it starts. I still had to cook the food, set up, stuff like that. So I'm like, fuck. Okay, back to that, right? I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna decide to go get meat. I'm gonna get some carne asada type meat. I'm gonna get some pollo. Then it was a back and forth during that week as I'm gonna cook the food there or I'm not gonna cook the food there. So I'm right here. It seemed like I was like a third party to my own thing because it was going through my lady and this person. And it kept going back and forth. Yes, no, I don't know. And I was just getting a little frustrated. I was just like, you know what? I'll cook the meat and I'll take it over there. So at least I don't have to take my stuff, set up and cook, because they're saying, oh, it's going to charge extra if we cook food out there or not. And this person couldn't make up this, mine. I don't know, yes and no, it's up to you. Well, I learned after this, I learned to always just gonna cook. I'm just gonna cook, and I'll tell you why. Always take your stuff and prepare the food, cook it there. Keep in mind, this is my first catering. So when time getting closer, and I have to cook the food. I cook the food. I have to drive on the other side of town. I'm in North Las Vegas. This party is like in the southwest area, like going out towards Russell area out there, if you guys know Las Vegas, but after 15 that way. So I get there and they're upset, and they have all reason to be upset, all reason. What I mean? That's as a professional, we're supposed to be on time, and I learned my lesson on that. I learned to cook prior to this. What I mean? But again, things happen, and it's just, I take full responsibility of it. So we get there, the food's cooked. I just need to warm up tortillas because I don't want to warm up the tortillas and then transport it to over there, because it just tastes weird. You gotta have fresh tortillas, right? So I had myself a skillet, hot dogs wrapped in bacon, some peppers and all that. All that stuff got set up. So I got to this place, man. This place, I thought it would be like a party spot, like they do like quinceañeras. What do you call them? Dang, I forget what you call them. But you know what I mean? It's like you go in, you have like a dance floor, then you have tables all over the place. So I was thinking about something like that. It wasn't like that. It was like something smaller, something like you go to like a medical building, You go in there, there's a little bit of rooms, and then where they would probably do like meetings. That's where the dance floor was at. So basically, I was going to a resident, not a resident, commercial area, a business. They're renting out a little spot for them. Cool. Not, you know what I mean? So we started setting up, and tables were already set up. We just had to bring the food. The food, that was the cool thing about it. You know what I mean? I cooked the food, brought them, transported over, checked the temp. Everything was good. Gravy, baby, boom. All right. Here comes the problem. I started setting up. We started plugging in into the outlets. Right? Lesson learned right there. Next time, you know what? I need to go buy a generator. That's what I need. It's a generator. Because for the night, that generator would have helped out very, very much. But hey, it's a lesson learned. So we were plugging in all the equipment. Started, warming up the food. It had the hot dogs wrapped in bacon, and the one like a skillet thing, like say like that big, it's about like 40 hot dogs, 50 hot dogs almost, wrapped in bacon, you know what I mean? And then I have another skillet that was for the peppers, the onions, stuff like that to put on the toppings, the further toppings, all the vegetables. And then another one to warm up the tortillas. I already have what you call the chafers that keep the meat, the pans, and then I have the candles on the bottom, and boom, boom, that keeps the meat warm. So I had the chicken and the carne asada already set up. Boom, good. Here's the problem, man. The skillet, the outlets kept on popping. It was too much power. And it was getting frustrating because, people were already waiting for me. Because I was already running late, and I apologize for that. Even to this time, I apologize. It was wrong. Even though things happen in life, it's still wrong. You guys paid me. They paid me, and I should have been there. I was going to give the money back. She still owed me like $200-300 at the end. I wasn't even worried about that. At that time, I was like, fuck it. I'll just let her know afterwards. So we were trying to warm up the tortillas, right? We warmed up at least like 6 of them. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Nice. You know what I mean? Controlled warming, you know what I mean? We warmed up the tortillas, put everything in it, my cilantro dressing, I had salsa there. All this. I made all this stuff. My salsas, my cilantro dressings, everything. The only thing I didn't bake or season, marinate was the chicken and the carne asada. We cooked the hot dogs and the bacon and all that. Good bacon. So it kept popping. It was getting so frustrating because there was a grip of people, man. We asked them, all right, look, let it be like at least 10 people at a time, and we'll get your plates going. Hell no, man. All these people lined up, man. It was probably like maybe 30 of them. Oh, that was overwhelming, honestly. For me, for being my first time doing this, man, a lady was helping here and there, but it was mainly on me, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating because first they weren't, listening. So I was at, you know what, you guys go serve yourself. But that's when the fucking tortilla issue started happening more. Like now it was popping every fucking 5 seconds. Boom, okay, on, boom. When it starts warming up, start cooking, it pop off. God damn it, it's like, it's frustrating. So I told my lady's like, damn. Luckily, which I don't prefer warming up tortillas in, but in this situation, what can I do, right? It to me, it made me look so fucking bad. It made me look bad as fuck in my eyes. But it wasn't really my fault, man. It was the power they couldn't handle the power there. They had other equipment there that was already there, that's theirs. They had like beans and all that stuff there already, and they were popping it too. Everything was just all fucking jacked up on that part. So we warmed up by probably like fucking like what, 20 fucking tortillas in the oven, in the microwave, running back and forth. My lady was running back and forth, and it was going quick. And then she got lost into with her friends or whatever, you know what I mean? And it was stuck on me, and you know what I mean? I kind of lost it a little bit mentally. They said they could see my expressions, but I was frustrated, man. Is the, you know, running late. The person that, which I learned is like, now I want to set up how I want to set up. How, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna cook, which I'm always gonna cook. Remember, guys, you guys do your catering, always cook your food, because at the same time, there's a lot of chicken and there was a lot of leftovers. We could have just saved that leftovers non-cooked, throw them in the freezer. You know what I mean? If they want, if they don't, because sometimes, you know, sometimes customers don't want that meat. You just end up keeping it. So, and that's the case, and you could have just throw it in the freezer, save it for some other time, and it tastes much better fresh cooked. Keep it, you know, instead of cooking it and then warming it up, and yeah, man, that thing. And then the lady, she had no idea. She was like, I don't know, whatever. It's like, okay, lady, like something's like from the get-go, man. But I appreciated that she gave me an opportunity. Yes, I fucked up by being late. But besides that, the food was good. And it's not my fault that place, well, kind of, I guess you would say, because, you know, I should have known, but how can I know? You know, this is like my first time. And I don't know anybody really that do this type of stuff. So I'm learning as I go. Trust, that's not going to be an issue no more. That won't happen again. I'm going to be buying a generator, because that would have backed me up big time, because I would have been able to start the generator up and have everything all warmed up and ready to go. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So I was kind of upset because people were getting, like, they're looking at the tortillas. Because you know how the tortillas is after you warm them up and they start cooling down. It's like it's just a different flavor, different look. I just don't like it. I don't like it as well. And I felt so bad because my name's behind that was going on. So it was really making me really more upset. You know what I mean? Running late, you could deal with that, but something like that is like, I wish they would have told me this was like a kind of like a office, and I would have known something. You know, they just told me everything would be all right. They told me, hey, everything will be all good, it'll be okay, it'll be all right. I'm like, all right, cool. But I learned a lot that day, that night. I learned a lot. And I appreciate that. And I did keep the money. You know what I mean? The stress on that, yeah, I understand I was late, but the nonsense that came with it afterwards, which it was just nuts, man. But they kept the meat. They kept the leftovers. I let them have all the meat, all the hot dogs. It wasn't a lot. They loved those hot dogs, man. Wrapped in bacon, you know what I mean? Some LA style type of shit. Brought some home with us, you know. But yeah, you know, I talked to everybody, just chilling with them and talking with them. Good people there. There was good people. There's some people I know I kind of like annoyed a little bit, but there's reasons for that. But besides that, it was pretty good. You know what I mean? I made some quite a money. You know what I mean, for myself. Well, for the business, because the money I make, I try to put it back into the business, if not bills. And yeah, my very first one. I had another one too. It was cool, but that one stuck with me, man. My first one, because it was bad for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it went, but I also learned a lot. That's the end of it. Just make sure people out there that's doing their first ones, that make sure you just cook. Just take your stuff, because if I would have took my stuff, everything would have been A-OK. Trust, it would have been all right. Fucking microwaves, man. Microwave tortillas, man. That's the saddest thing you could do to feed somebody, you know? Feed tacos. warming them up in a microwave. But shit happens, you gotta work what you got though, right? That's for sure. Everybody have a good night. And if you're interested. Sorry, I'm tired. I just came home from work. You know, it was a busy day for me. I'm right here waiting for my lady. Hit me up through Instagram or TikTok, Facebook. Oh, I gotta go. You know what I mean? You guys have a good night. So, I apologize for that, man. I'm a busy person. I'm a busy man. So back to what I was saying was, hit me up in the DMs, Instagram, Santos Foolish Ways, TikTok, Santos Foolish Ways, Facebook, Santos Foolish Ways. If you want to catch me, the quickest will be Instagram. I'm mainly on these platforms is Instagram, or YouTube. Those two are the fastest way I'll get back to you. TikToks and Facebook, I don't have notifications on them. TikTok I don't like. My family uses it. Well, actually, my lady uses that more than I even use it. Only to post up silly things here and there, you know. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Those platforms. Come and support the homie. You know what I mean? Shoot, man. And if you're interested in catering, hit me up. Definitely hit me up. Even if for like 10 people, 20 people. This one I was talking about, it was about 40, 50, 60 around there. It was a good little handful. It was supposed to be more people. It was supposed to be like a 70, 80 of them, but you know how it goes. You invite 80, probably 60 come. Some shit like that, right? So hit me up on the platforms. I apologize for had a cut off on that video, but I'm back. Leave a comment. Any questions, concerns, anything like that. Santos Foolish Ways, LLC, baby. I'm out.